visual spatial areas. For things like finding directions, doing Rubik's Cubes, parallel parking, knowing how to get out to your car after the conference. That's all testosterone, male and female. If you can find your car after the conference today, you can thank testosterone for that. It is the architect of your spatial mind, and males get more of it. And when you get more of it, you get more visual spatial areas, and you lose language areas. So depending on how much testosterone any one of us got in utero, that's going to place us. So we have the males who are able to turn it off, and we have a spot for breathing and one for digestion. They can really shut down. Right? Why is this? Well, if your kids are zoning out in the classroom because they've been sitting too long and it's been verbal too long, then your males will hear nothing, and you might as well be talking to a wall. The females, however, it's not ideal, but they can still passively listen and take notes, even in a rest state. It's not ideal, but they're still learning, and your voice, you've totally lost your voice. Now that's if the boys are being quiet and just sitting there going. But some boys, in an effort to stay more alert, and they're getting antsy, start to do this sort of stuff. And so often we want to say, stop it, sit still, don't rock in your chair. And we have to switch that to really, because you have a choice right at that moment. You say, is this a behavior problem, or is it a neurological state? Are they in a rest state? And depending on your decision, you're going to approach that kid very differently. They're going to either be disciplined, which is why boys have more discipline referrals, or you're going to go, ooh, that's a sign to me that we need to change things up. What do boys and girls attribute their failure to? Well, when they ask girls, why didn't you do well on that test? Most girls will attribute it to lack of effort. Boys, on the other hand, attribute it to lack of ability. So when you have boys struggling in your classroom, it's much more personal, oftentimes, for them. And that's why we see boys shut down and just say, pull back, and just say, whatever. And they start to do some self-defeating behaviors. Like they stop paying attention, they stop doing their homework. They're only hurting themselves, I get that. But they start engaging in self-defeating behaviors. It's better just to check out, whatever. She's a jerk, I hate this class, whatever. I'm not doing her stuff. Why would I want to do her work? And the emotional thing for girls becomes anxiety, which girls are more vulnerable to than boys. But boys experience anger with failure, and that really shuts the order is huge for boys. Where you are in the social ladder. And if your pecking order is compromised, you are threatened really at a low level of Maslow's hierarchy, right? So when kids come into your classroom, they have to feel liked and good and care about themselves, and like people care about them. But they also need to feel like they're cool with their peers, especially boys. And boys can be higher or lower in the pecking order based on things like